Hi, hello again. What I'm hoping to do here now is try and explain through a little exercise which is from the EP that myself and Sofie recorded, and it's a wee tune called Through the Pines, or just a part of it anyway, just for a wee bit of an exercise and a bit of fun in playing in DADGAD and a little bit of tapping. It's a fairly simple thing to do. I'm not going to explain much about theory of the chords. I'm going to explain the notes or the shapes of what I'm actually going to play through. So first of all, I'm in DADGAD. So that'll be, first of all, that's the sound we're looking for. What's happening with this is basically the lowest string is tuned down to D. The fifth string stays where it is at A. The fourth string stays where it is at D. The third string stays where it is at G. The B string comes down to A. And the high E comes down to D. And this is what you end up with. D, A, D, G, A, D. And that's DADGAD. So this is what I'm going to try and explain through and try and make this quite quick and see how we get on. This is what the sound we're looking for. Okay, what's going on here then? It's basically is a D minor, a B flat, an F and a G, and then going through to this weird tapping part. So the first thing we need is the first chord, or the D minor is what I'm going to call it. It's not actually a D minor. The notes that are involved is the open D first of all. Then I'm going to take my third finger and I'm going to place it on the 10th fret on the D string, that'll be your fourth string, and then I'm going to place my second finger on the 9th fret of the G string, which is your third. Then I'm going to take my index finger and I'm going to place it on the 8th fret of the second string, and then I'm going to take my pinky and I'm going to place it on the 10th fret of the first string. So that's the shape we have there. Take all my fingers back off again and go back again. Third finger on, second finger on, first finger and pinky, and this is the notes we're looking for, which should be a D, a C, an E, an F and a C. So that's our first chord. Our second chord then, I'm going to take my index finger and put it to the 8th fret of the lowest, the 6th string, and I'm going to put my second finger on the same fret but of the 5th string, and then I'm going to use my pinky. If you can stretch your third finger on to the 10th fret, that's fine, on the next string over, which would be your D or your 4th string, and this chord, that's the shape. The only notes that I'll be using of this here is I'm not actually using my second finger, but I like to keep this shape here and keep remembering this shape, because this shape is going to completely move down. You can use this all over the guitar neck. For anybody playing in DADGAD, mostly Irish music, but there's a lot of fingerstyle guitar used in the tuning too, so if you can get something from this, please feel free to use it. But the only notes I'm going to actually use here, I think, are going to be the B flat, and the F, an F and a C and a G. So then we're going to move that shape down, so completely move that shape completely down the way. And then it's gone to you're going to move it on to, so your index finger and the second finger go to the 3rd fret. Which should give you an F, a C, a G and an A. So that's the 3 chords so far. And I'm counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so the rhythm is going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and then we get to this next part, the tapping part, and it's quite simple in many ways. All I was thinking of when I first started playing it was that I took this shape is moving just up onto your 5th fret, so these two fingers that come from here are going to move and keep in the same position. But I'm going to take my index finger and my second finger from the other hand, and I'm going to tap down on the that'll give us the 8th fret of the G string and the 8th fret of what would have been the B string, which is now the A. So of your 3rd and your 2nd of your 4th and 2nd string. So you end up with, and that process, that same pattern is repeated just 2 frets up the way. And the only difference what's going to happen then is I'm going to move off from here and just hit my middle finger onto the 7th fret of the 5th string and the 10th fret of the E string. So we end up with, and then just pull back off again and come back to this position here. So there we go. What I was thinking of when I first started playing this, if you think of this part as being something like maybe the Doors, I think it's Come On Baby Like My Father. But getting your hand back into playing position here and playing that through, it takes a little bit of working around. Well, it did for me. Maybe some of you out there are absolutely fantastic, but hope you get something out of this. We'll play it one more time through, and this is the part from Through the Pines. Thanks for watching.